Jai Ho, my dear students. In the last class, we have learnt what are the sources used to write the history of India from last 250 years. Mainly two important sources we have learnt. One is administration records or administrative or official records, and second one surveys. About these we have already learnt in the last class. So in today's class we will learn about what official records do not tell. I mean, what are the informations we get, you know that already by learning about the official records, but what information we do not get by these official records, right? See, by official records we get to know a lot commonly, correct? Now we can come to know about almost many things by these official records, but these official records are just documents, correct? Now, which tell us what the official thought, or what the officer or what the officials thought, and what they were interested, right? And what they wished to produce. So official records tell us a lot, right? Official records are the documents. They tell us about what officials thought, as well as what officials had interest in, what officials had interest. About that also we can come to know, and what officials wished to produce. About this also we can come to know through the official records. But official records do not tell us many things also. See, these records do not always help us to understand what other people in the history existed, how they were existed, what was their situation. About these all the things we can't come to know. So these official records do not always help us to understand what the other people felt and what left behind their actions, how people lived in this country, what was the situation of common people. About all these things we can't come to know through these official records, how they faced those problems, how they lived, what was their situation, what was the condition of development. About all these things we can't come to know through the official records. So this is about official records. Now the last point of this lesson is the other sources used to write the Indian history. The other sources used to write the Indian history, or the other sources of history. About that also we will learn. See, diaries of the people, as well as accounts of the people, as well as the travelers notes, as well as the autobiographies, popular booklets, newspapers, as well as issues which were debated in the public, as well as leaders and reformers wrote to spread their ideas, as well as poets, as well as novelists wrote to express their feelings. These were all taken as other sources to write the Indian history. What are the other sources? Diaries of the people, personal diaries of the people, as well as accounts of the pilgrims. I mean travelers, those who visit the holy places, pilgrims, whatever they wrote, those are called as accounts of the pilgrims, as well as travelers accounts, or the notes or the writings of the travelers, visitors, notes, writings, as well as autobiographies, as well as leaders and reformers who wrote to spread their ideas. All those writings, as well as booklets, popular booklets, newspapers, issues which were debated among the common people, as well as poets and novelists wrote to express their feelings. All these were taken as the other sources to write the Indian history. And even see, but these sources also won't tell us about tribal communities, peasants, mining workers, or the poor on the streets. But all these things also do not give us proper information about the common people, especially about tribal communities, peasants, as well as about mining workers, or about poor people, those who lived on the streets. About these we can't come to know through these other sources of history also. So in this book, in this whole 8th standard history book, we will learn how the history of these people can be written out. How the history of tribal communities, how the history of peasants, how the history of mining workers, or how the history of the poor people, those who were on the streets. About them also we will learn in the whole 8th class history section. So this is the overall lesson called how, when and where. So hope you understood. Thank you. Jai Hind.